Satisfying widescreen explosions, one-tapping monsters, zero visual clarity, zero frame rate, low budget. This is Explosive Grenade Titan. What's up guys, Pidget here. Our skill choice is Explosive Grenade. Fire with your crossbow a grenade that will explode after the fuse time expire. This taking up 3 seconds. That's a long time in Path of Exile. We will reduce this to 1 second with various ways. Skill effect duration and less skill effect duration is affecting this number. We will take all reduced skill effect duration on the tree that we can reach, also using fast forward support gem for another 30%. With all of this, we can reduce the fuse time around 1 second. The damage is coming from the skill levels. Currently, I have a level 30 explosive grenade. The base level is 18 because I'm still leveling this character. We adding plus 12 skill levels with the weapon and amulet mods, using a unique jewel as well that will grant us plus 3 to this skill, namely Prince of Belief. We're shooting out 5 extra projectiles and all of them can overlap with each other because our array effect is that big in terms of numbers, 5.2 meters. We are achieving that much array of effect with various ways. The easiest is using the magnifying effect for 40%, taking all the array nodes on the tree that we can reach, and the smaller nodes will grant us even more effect because we're taking as our ascendancy Titan, and the hacking form will increase all the small nodes by 50%. This is why we can have that big array of effect. Never ask a player about how much currency he has, how long he playing the character, and how much signal target damage his character is dealing. Joke aside. The signal target damage is very low because this is just a concept and I still figuring out the character how we should increase the damage even further. But I think the weapon swap or skill swap will help a lot. Even in the early stages the build pretty satisfying to play and the clear is just insane. Although the single target damage is lacking right now, and the other problem I have with this build, the tonkiness. Right now we have around 3k life and evasion and armor combination, but sometimes monsters just checking so hard us. So this is another problem that we need to solve, and sadly it will be hard because Titan doesn't have access to energy shield and green fist easily, just like another classes. Please keep in mind this character is still in development, so the current gear can be changed pretty easily, and also I did not invest too much to this character yet. The items we're using right now, so we're using a very cheap crossbow right now. I purchased this for 40 exalted, so that's very cheap. And the most important part is the +6 to projectile skill gems. This is very important, and also the fizz DPS. This crossbow has around 400 fizz DPS right now, and also this is a bombard base, so we will shoot out an additional projectile. This is a pretty good one because more projectile, more damage and more coverage, so this is why we can just literally shoot out and cover the whole screen almost. We're using a unique body armor as well, Warrior Invictus. And don't worry, this was like 50 exalted, basically just giving us maximum life and all elemental resistance. Right now I'm capping my resistance pretty hard with this bad boy because you can clearly see how much resistance it gives me. This is gives, by the way, 60% all elemental resistance, so pretty good for the money that I paid for it. Another important part is the amulet, because we need +3 level of all projectile skills. This is why we can reach pretty easily level 30 explosive grenade, and this is not even maxed out, so we missing out 2 levels, so that's additional damage as well. This is why we're taking a rare amulet, and also you can see here we have a life and a little armor increase, but it's whatever I would say because armor is just a joke. This is not 51%, and also the life is pretty decent, and we anointing on this one the sharpened claw because that's just basically damage increase. This is super cheap, less than 3 exalted I would say. And also the rings, I capping my chaos resistance through the rings and the other items because this item is solving my elemental resistance pretty hard, so it was very easy to just cap my chaos resistance. You don't need to worry about too much on the resistance side. The important thing I would say, the fire damage to attacks both ring has, and I was lucky with this because I purchased this one as well. Pretty decent price, I would say 30-40 exalted both, so that's very good. And also we get attributes because the build is need attributes, especially dexterity, because the crossbow and the body armor and the gem. And especially the gem, because the gem is requires right now 97 dexterity, and soon it will need even more if I leveling up. And also the gloves is not that insane. Fire damage to attacks, okay, accuracy rating, life, and chaos resistance again, pretty good. And movement speed boots with tons of life and chaos res, and a little life regen. So I try to get life regen on the gear, but it's so hard to not overshoot the budget, because some people just overpricing the items, so it's whatever. And the helmet, especially tons of life, chaos resistance, and also life regen. And also, by the way, so we're using armor and evasion bases everywhere, so I try to, you know, use these ones, because at least this gives us evasion, but that's not that big deal, because you can see 30% evasion rating is not that good. Let's talk about the passive tree, because the passive tree is very as you can see, very wide range, with taking the reduced skill effect duration, all of them that we can reach, as I said earlier, so here, and we're taking the fuse duration as well, so this will help us to explode almost immediately the explosive grenade, and also additional projectile here, +1 cooldown use, because if you see it, it has cooldown, see, but luckily we can almost sustain, see, we can sustain pretty easily and just spam more explosives, but most of the time you will just run around and shoot, and that's it. So you will never have problems with the cooldown. And the other thing, we stacking aura effects everywhere where we can, so you can see here tons of here, and this big wheel here as well. This is why we took like this instead of this, because this is also, by the way, 0.2 meter increase, so every little is odds up. And also I want to mention this wheel here, because this wheel is insane, guys. This wheel is 20% of our damage, so this is why I took all of this, the Bestia Rage and the Feral Force. This is just attack damage increase, because the build besides these few nodes, we locking damage increasing stuff, because we need to took all of the aura effects and reduce skill effect duration and so on. The grenade would cost, you can see it's cost 334 life right now, so because we took the blood magic. Let me remove quickly. You can see I have 830 mana, so now let's see, after 2 shot of explosive grenade I'm out of mana, so I would need every time press the freaking mana flasks, so it would be so annoying to play like that. And because we can't solve the mana issue, we need to take the blood magic, so every time we're shooting, we're losing life. But as you can see here, we have tons of life regen, by the way. We have 150 life regen. And also we're using the time of need as well. And don't forget, the time of need also getting boosted by the less skill effect duration, because this aura is a pretty decent one. And now let's talk about the Javelins. So as I said, we're using a few Javelins. So we're using Megalomaniac Diamond Unique Javelin. The only thing we care about, the allocates Force of Nature. What is Force of Nature? This note here, attack damage penetrates 50% of elemental resistance. The other one is not that important, it's nothing, it's just here, Slippery Ice, reduce chill effect on you and unaffected by chill during dodge roll. This is absolute unnecessary, we just care about the Force of Nature note here, because that's just pure damage. And this Javelin was like 50 exalted, so that's pretty cheap for the price, because this node is giving us 11% damage, so that's very huge. And also we're using another unique Javelin, as I said earlier, Prism of Belief, +3 to level of all explosive grenade skills. This is why we can have level 30 explosive grenade. This is also pretty cheap, because nobody really care about this one. So yeah, and we're using a few rare Javelin as well. So the thing is that we care about the fire penetration, aura effect, and life regeneration rate. And the other one is as well is the same, just a little bit less fire penetration. So we have so much fire penetration, we don't even need to use a curse, because negative resistances is not anymore possible in Path of Exile 2. We don't need to worry about that, so this is why you not see a single curse on my action bar, and we will ignore all of the elemental resistance the enemy has. And now talk about the Ascendancy. As you can see here, I'm not even ascended yet, so I'm missing 2 Ascendancy, because honestly guys, it's so sad. The Titan only good with the Hacking form, and that's it. Because the Hacking form will grant you increased effect of small passive skills, so these little notes here, here and so on. The other things honestly is just useless. So okay, a little bit more life, that would grant us like 300 more life and Stone Skim, but guys, this is absolutely useless. Literally, this is granting us like 1k or more, I think. Yeah, 1k or more, and you will not even notice, I think, because most of the time you will dying to the freaking elemental damage, not the physical damage. So yeah, so I would say just, you know, Hacking form, the most important one, and after that Mysterious Lineage, and lastly Stone Skim, but honestly I don't think I care about this one. Now let's talk about the gems, as I said earlier. So as you can see, by the way, we're not even using a 6 link, so we're missing out like 30% of our damage as well. So this can be even higher pretty easily. I just didn't want to invest too much because this is just a concept again. So we're using Explosive Grenade with quality. I would say it's important because it's increased cooldown recovery rate, so your cooldown will look like 1.6 second the cooldown time, so you need to wait 1.6 second before you recharging, but you can see it's very fast. And we're using the payload because payload will grants 50% chance to activate your grenade an additional time. So this is why you can hear this. See? Or here, it has 50% chance to activate additional time, and also because on the 3 we took repeating explosives, so we have around 65% chance to activate an additional time. That's very good if you ask me, counterweighting the reduced cooldown recovery rate, because if I removing it would be 1.2, so with it 1.6, but we don't care. So this is basically just 100% more damage, and we're using magnifying effect because this is how we increasing the aura, but you can see it without it if you want. So see, it's very little, so with it with the magnifying effect it's very noticeable the increase, right? So yeah, fast forward, less skill effect duration again, so our fuse time right now 1.5 seconds, so you need to wait 1.5 seconds when you shooting out, but the traveling time on the explosive grenade is also counting to this. So as soon as possible you pressed your explosive grenade, the fuse time starting counting. This is will feel so much faster because you can see it's over and bam, immediately explode as soon as land on the ground. And we're using Scatter Shot because Scatter Shot is just additional projectile, and it's counterweighting the attack speed penalty and the less damage as well. So without this one, this is how it looks like. See, it's we just shooting out free, so that's very bad if you ask me. And also we're using Herald of Ash with Vitality and Precision, and as I said earlier, Time of Need. I hope you enjoyed this little Theorycraft video showcase of my Titan Explosive Grenade build. If you have any question, please leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Paget2. Also, I would like to say thank you for my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks again guys. Thanks for watching. I was Paget. See you next time.